Hey sociologists, Lucas here. Have you ever met someone who just doesn't act right? Maybe they say inappropriate things or act strangely. What may seem normal to us may not be normal to everybody else because we are trained to find normalcy in repetition. In this video, I want to talk about how our childhood experiences affect who we turn into, how socializing with people affect our outlook into the world, how race, gender, ethnicity, and social classes shape our lives, and how institutions impacts us regarding socialization. Are we assigned or created? Nature versus nurture is an argument that has appeared over and over throughout history. People can't decide whether it's one or the other. There are some traits that have been scientifically proven to be hereditary, such as alcoholism, obesity, and addiction. Well, this is a shifting argument because there are many moving parts. Nature's moving part is the physical DNA that people have, a predisposition to those behavioral traits, whereas nurture is largely revolving around one's environment, including the cultural background and the individual's parenting that they received. We reflect the people who raised us and the agents of socialization that we participated in. What are agents of socialization? They are the groups, institutions, and organizations that mold us into who we become, such as schools, teachers, friends, and family. All of these institutions influence how we behave in general because they pressure us to conform to their specific standards. Schools teach us social norms that will be present in the future workforce, such as being in class on time, following the instructions by the boss, finishing work on schedule. Friends teach us how to behave with our peers, what is or isn't socially acceptable, and they will influence what we like so we can fit in with the group. Anticipatory socialization is the most important form of socialization because we are vastly more influential at an early age. Acquiring life skills, learning etiquette, and building lifelong habits are all made easier by imposing them in youth when our minds are still malleable. Even with all of these agents of socialization, we still face challenges from society that we cannot change easily. Our social class, race, ethnicity, and gender all affect how we are treated by our society. Gender is one of the earliest forms of socialization that we encounter because we are assigned a gender from birth and we are expected to act within the bounds of our gender. Race and ethnicity impacts our life in a fundamental way because we are taught different life lessons and we are treated differently. One example is the police. Police are seen differently by white people and people of color because of the institutionalized discrimination towards minorities. Social class affects how successful we can become. Wealthy people don't have to worry about having enough money to pay the bills on time or covering educational fees. Change in social class can also cause strain in families, especially when moving down in social class. Education impacts our socialization because it introduces new concepts and it challenges our previously held beliefs. Education is also a big factor in obtaining stable jobs, which could affect our social class position. Religion impacts our morals and encourages us to be decent people towards each other. We are a reflection of our upbringing and the institutions that we grew up with. As children, our minds are malleable and we begin to build our identities based off of the agents of socializations around us. Our gender, race, ethnicity, and social class all influence how we perceive the world based on how the world treats us. Social institutions such as schools and churches affect how we behave by creating social norms and rules to follow. So the next time that you see someone doing something that may seem weird or out of place, just think about how normal those actions could be to that person because they were raised under different circumstances than you were. And as always, thanks for watching.